Hello and thank you and welcome back to Matthew Not for Profit Kehoe's brand new YouTube channel. I will be sending out a text. When I complete the stuff after my high school omissions from previous broadcasts, I'm gonna try and put these all in order. I am having beyond tech issues. Tech issues. Got major ones. Oh, I'm sorry if I blew your speakers. Because I'm not talking real loud. I don't know, if I can even remedy that. I just wanted to make an apology for a gentleman I bullied in middle school. His initials are CC. He is a officer of the peace. You are lucky to have him. CC's a great guy. I love you, man, and I'm sorry. I had a big, long, drawn-out thing. The Who Squad in Grandview is real. I was chased after bullying incidents by multiple teachers. And caught and brought to the principal's office. Nothing new in middle school. That's kind of when I started acting out and just turning my back on education. Public school education for me in Minnesota, it's a real high education state as far as rankings amongst 50. I'm sure they're very high still. My school, a half hour west of Minneapolis, was not great. We were kind of ripped on because we lived on this kind of ritzy lake. Can't miss it. And yeah, so we were the western, least close to Minneapolis, and I don't know, we were just like a group to ourselves. I don't know. We loved each other and we were pretty loyal, and we were tough and talented, and there's just a lot of great people. I love you people, and I'm sorry about having to lose friends over this. But honesty is what it is, And I really don't want, if I accomplish my goals and dreams hypothetically, I don't want people coming back saying, I didn't know what you were all about. You're a crazy ass goon, and it happens, That is what it is. I'd rather have people disown me sooner, and I'd rather have people not disown me at all. That is done. High school, senior year, won our conference, lost the big game I spoke about. 6-1 was the score. It could have gone either way. A lot of people forget that game was tied. It was 0-0, and it was before the game started, but hey, that is, you can't argue with facts. You can do research anything you want. A fact is a fact is a fact. 6-1, but it was tied. All right, so we got stomped. There was a lot. Am I missing anything? I mean, we smoked a joint allegedly that was a quarter in a joint, and there was 4 of us in the beginning and 2 of us at the end. JN, yeah, nobody hanging a candle on me and Jan and JJ, the 3 of us. AF, man, you dropped out, dude. It's called, I don't know, man up. Can't take your share, dude. I love you guys. And yeah, so we're graduated. I'm still dating this girl, and it is 1992 summer. I go to Mankato State University for like a month, and I couldn't really handle being away from this girl for a month. I went to a couple classes. I mostly played pool and Terminator 2 pinball. A lot of the alleged things were still going on for that month. I moved to Bloomington and started going to Normandale Community College for a semester, and that is the extent of my education. And I still put Normandale on there, and I don't know why I didn't give Normandale a real decent run either. I gave the math class a shot. I just always liked mathematics, and that was about it. I sold. That was my only alleged slinging of marijuana. You can Google these up and figure out if I was a big boss. I don't know what the term is. Some kind of savant for criminal drug dealing, which I guess is kind of what marijuana use in 2017 America, even though it's legal in a few states. It kind of looks like that. If you watch enough news, it's like, that's a drug and people are peddling it. Well, I peddled a quarter of a pound of grass in my dealing career. That was all within a couple weeks. I went to one party and it sold out. We, at that party, played Human. That was one of the first experiences with Human Jukebox. I have a good friend that knows a ton of music on multiple instruments. Yet another talented guy from Mound. CW. And yeah, CW is rocking it out, playing the guitar. We're around a bonfire, and there goes my 16 quarter ounces of grass, which is a typical denomination of how people used to buy it in 1992. So I slung it for a week. I ran out and I stopped. And that enabled me to dodge class and not go to work. I just wanted you to Google all this stuff because a quarter pound is not, you're not taking over the market anywhere with a keeper. And yeah, so the girl and I broke up. We were together a little bit of that. And then she started dating her husband now. And I am truly happy for them. I doubt either one of them would see this. When you look at someone, or no, I'm sorry, I didn't look at her. I was talking to her on the phone. I happened to answer the phone at the summer camp, and I knew it was her. And she asked for me, and I said, yeah, this is me. To me, there was just, and she sounded like she knew my voice, and I'm not saying that I would have even dodged her phone call, but it was a really hard breakup for me that I thought I would just go to a summer camp and just escape the area. I was a couple hours north of town, and I went back once to get grass, of course. And that was it. I was up there for like 4.5 months. And yeah, and for the record, that was to get grass for a bunch of camp counselors. The odds of your camp counselors for your child's supervision, being weed smokers and party animals at nighttime when your kids go to bed, is not 100%, but it's high. Yeah, no point in denying smoking. I lived after Bloomington, was Bloomington again, not going to school, living with another good friend. Had a lot of roommates, and good stories. When I was about 19, I started working at my favorite job in the history of my working career, perhaps the only job I liked. I mean, I don't know, it's just not fun. I'm not anti-work. You gotta do what you gotta do in America, regardless of the time. It's been like this for 200 plus years. Gotta work. And yeah, but this is the only thing I loved. It was 12 days out of the year. I worked a lot of 12-hour days. I would typically take a day off, and 12/12s is kind of a superhuman feat. Not that I am superhuman, but it was important that I stay awake at my job, or I thought. I mean, it's strange how I just strum up responsibility and danger where it's, I mean, it kind of is. It's just against the odds. I mean, there's people watching this thing. Yeah, I don't want to name drop it all. I don't want to tell the big story from the ride either. I would have to get permission from, yes, you know who you are. So, 16 years, my job title was named by me. I named myself a disaster aversion specialist, and I am etched in stone at what is the thing called? It's not even the Coliseum, but it's just the grandstand at the State Fair. There's a bunch of bricks up front by where you buy tickets, and there are dedicated bricks to people who have passed, families, all kinds of stuff. And these people were gracious enough to put a brick for me in thanks for doing a good job. I work hard. I'll be working tomorrow. I should have been working today, but I hate money, so it's not the end of the world. I'm not out of money yet, so I care not. And yeah, I love that girl. I'm sorry I told you. that I never loved you. Wow. Yeah, this is not easy. I'd like to get to the good stories, and I have to. Sorry about the latitude and the no video editing. Yeah, I mean, I love that girl. I have a ton of love for people. I was definitely in love with that girl. I'm over it. I think. I mean, I don't know. We had a quite unique relationship, and I cared about her a ton. A ton. All right, so we are going. Just trying to figure out where I was all living. So I lived with the Genius in Bloomington after Normandale, and we didn't have we ended up having kind of financial issues. Met some great people, went to a great party. Just knowledge about these things, and just what happened in my life. It could be a gateway drug. I would never claim that a marijuana user can't just grab some heroin and OD in a day. I mean, these kinds of things happen. Maybe some marijuana smokers go the bath salt route. I know some of them end up using crystal meth, and it's a degenerative brain chemical that's brutal and affects people's thinking for the rest of their lives, undoubtedly. For me personally, the drug led to a month and a half, maybe 2 months, where I did a little cocaine on kind of a regular basis. I was kind of lucky in the fact that I have a very addictive personality, and I didn't have enough money to be doing cocaine a lot. I still, for the record, just in case you're thinking about, peppy cocaine and give me energy and I'll work and I'll do this, and yeah, that's all great. I get it. But as far as drugs, I know very much how almost the drugs that I have used, affect the brain. And cocaine, I don't know what that drug did to me. I really don't. I just know that I wanted more of it. Like instantly. So for a couple months, I didn't really get bent because I was too poor. I was way too poor. I had a decent job. I was moving furniture at the time, but then I moved in with my good friends in the party house. I think I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down for the Cumberland line. Cumberland, the house on Cumberland Drive. Oh man, I hope you're gearing up. Man, that was the silliest thing I did in my life, but I was kind of living out in the open in the basement, like, especially when we were partying every night. You kind of had to walk through my bedroom to go to dude's bedroom who lived kind of outside. The same guy I live with now, actually. And there's 4 dudes in a house. A super good looking guy is just charismatic and hilarious. And SB, man, oh my god, I was just talking to him too, and I fucking it's so hard not to cry. But when I start talking about these parties, I don't know, this might be a choking train wreck, but I'm trying to make my brain function better, and to leave emotions out of decision making, speaking, and a lot of things. Like this is part of my thing I'm promoting, and I'm gonna kick off the next just a fair warning in case you're looping these videos and in case I get them in the proper order. I'm firing up my mini jingle for Kehoe. Yeah, I don't even want to promote it. I only want to do one promotion. Google, thank you so much for this platform. I love you. And thank you all for your precious time. You are all precious to me. And just in case you're freaking out that I'm promoting Google and, I don't know, trying to sell my soul to Google type of thing, and I love to over dramatize stuff. But hey, if you're worried about the information age and your identity and people tracking you, whatever it is, I just think maybe you should research the good people at Google. I've never met them, and for the record, just in case this goes cray and Google wants to speak to me about anything, I'd love to meet the founders. I would certainly take a meeting with both of them, but there's a gentleman that is one of the founders named Sergey, and I didn't Google his last name or anything. It starts with a K, I think, but I'd rather meet Serg than I think they're maybe both Americans. I don't know. I just it's a personal thing where I'd rather get an international perspective on events, news, and whatever it is in 2017, because a lot of these news programs, I think, just aren't telling people things that people would be more than a little interested in, and it's not really frightening. The world is what it is. I mean, the media just kind of crams this stuff down your throat so you get scared, and I think honestly you end up buying stuff. I've never researched. I could use my Googler and see if scared people buy more stuff, and maybe I'll do that. Also, I am not against capitalism in any way. I am for a universal basic income so people don't feel pressured to work. And anyone who would say that, no, the whole world's broken, we can't possibly afford to babysit people. It's like, no, this is a basic income is just, oh wow, this is such a train wreck. But I don't know, it's Peter Joseph. I renounce my throne just in case you're worried about me becoming the Antichrist. Yeah, I would turn over small community type of governments, 200 people or less. It is a economic theory about UBI and future government. I think you need to make it easier for people to vote worldwide. I think you should vote on your phone. That's a lot of my future stuff. 1740. This is just train wreck. We're going to the Cumberland line, folks, after the jingle. Yeah, please adjust your volume accordingly when we come back. Love you. Thank you.